Shut up and sit down.
Welcome, everybody, to the 3 POA podcast, episode 37. I am your host, Laserpants, also known as Ryan. I am joined, as always, by my good friend, the man from down under, the desert rat himself, Tony Roberts. Oh, Tony. You're looking a little down under, man. How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I had to come down to Perth for a couple of days for the day job. I decided to stay the weekend and see the family. So, yeah, me and my dad said, "Oh, we'll go to the pub. Go to the pub. We'll have a few beers." I literally rolled out of bed like 35 minutes ago.
Oh man, what time is it over there?
8 a.m. And
8
I went to bed.
Okay.
I went to bed after midnight. So, yeah.
Oof, that's rough. Well, it's good. You get to travel to a bigger city from Tatooine and visit with the family. It's cool.
Man, been doing some toy shopping. It's been good.
All right. Now, look, Bobby couldn't be here tonight. He had some family stuff to do with the kiddos. I think his priorities are way out of whack, personally. That's just me. But we do have a friend of the show, awesome YouTuber, and a trained, skilled ninja. Our buddy Articulated Ninja. What's up, man? You know that song. Hey, you're muted. You're muted again. There's no audio.
What's going on? Yep, I'm good now. I appreciate every time you play that song, man. Thank you.
Oh, really? Because I could just, I got a button. It says ninja on it. The button says ninja. So
you serious? You serious?
Yeah.
That's funny.
It does.
I got to get a button that says white potato.
Oh, there you go. But what song would it play? Like something.
I don't know. Let me think about that one. Yeah, I got to think about that one.
Sweet Home Alabama.
Yeah. It's been quite the eventful week. Tony, you had an interesting video. Caused a bit of a ruckus. I don't know why, but it did.
Yeah, I don't know why. There's a lot of upset people, and I wasn't even trying to upset anyone. Yeah. Not even trying to upset people, but Michael said something really interesting in our group chat yesterday. He said, just because someone feels attacked, it doesn't actually mean that you were being attacked. You know? Yeah. Yeah.
Words of wisdom, indeed.
Yeah, I'm not used to Tony being the one to have controversial videos. Basically, that's a first, man. I knew he was gonna get some heat for that one. Like as soon as I seen it, I watched it, I automatically had to download it because I said I don't know if this is just in case. I don't know if this is gonna stay up here.
Speaking of videos, Ninja, you're doing something new on your channel. You have like a weekly toy news show.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty damn good, man.
I'm trying.
Jeff Morris says, "Hello, Ninja. Really liking your new videos." There you go.
Thank you, Jeff. What's up, man?
So what brought that on? Why'd you decide to do like a weekly toy news show?
Well, because a lot of the people that are currently doing news videos, I feel like there's a lot of politics. So they don't talk about Action Force. They don't talk about a lot of the things that I would like to see. So I was like, fuck it. If they're not going to talk about those things, then I might as well talk about it.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, sign up there, create it yourself. I like it. But they're super well done.
Thank you.
And they're very comprehensive. I know we were talking before the show, and you're trying to keep them under like 20, 25 minutes, but
I'm trying. Yeah.
There's so many reveals and drops every week.
This is the best time. Like, I don't know how the people in the chat feel, but I feel like we are living in the best time for action figures in general, because from 3D printing to third-party companies to these no-name companies that like slightly change the name and get to do licensed stuff, but it's not really licensed stuff. And I think we're living in the greatest time of action figures ever. Like, and hopefully it just gets better.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like, if you want something, there's probably an action figure of it, and there's probably 2 or 3 different versions of it. You know,
look, if there's not an action figure of it, I can guarantee you, there's a pop figure out there of it.
Oh, God, we don't have to go there.
Yeah.
I need to apologize in advance to the audience. I'm a bit under the weather. I don't know if it's showing in my voice. I feel it, but bear with me, please. I'm a little out of it. We did get a super chat here from the Canuck, and thank you, Canuck. He says, "Hail Laser Shorts, the star of the show." Wait a minute. This is a new Canuck. Is this the same Canuck that we know?
No, read this properly. He says, "Hail Laser Shorts, the star of the show, Bobby, and Tony, the man, the myth."
The star of the show, Bobby.
Yeah, obviously there's no punctuation in that.
We got to work on punctuation, Canuck.
Damn.
Yeah.
And Tony, the man, the myth, Desert Rat himself, and of course the chat mods and everyone else who's important. I threw the extra T in for you. Thank you, Canuck.
Maybe he ran out of letters, like he had to change it to a $10 super chat to get the last letter in. Didn't worry about it.
There you go. Well, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate the super chat either way.
For those people in the chat, I saw some people asking, like, what's with the room, guys? I'm down in Perth for the weekend. I'm staying at my dad's house, so I'm in his office, and the reason my voice sounds weird is because I was out till past midnight drinking beer, smoking cigarettes.
Oh,
so
God.
Give me a little while to wake
He's lying.
up.
He's in Arkham Asylum right now. That's where he's at. After that video, he's in Arkham.
Yeah.
There you go. So we're here to talk about, I don't know if you guys noticed the thumbnail. One of my favorite people in the toy industry, Todd McFarlane, created Waves. And it's been a few weeks, but we haven't had an opportunity to talk about it yet. So we wanted to. Todd McFarlane putting out 1/12 scale vehicles at retail at what I think is a completely reasonable price. Look at this beautiful man right here.
Where did you find that picture?
Look at this. Just Google. I mean, he sent it to me. Todd McFarlane. Yeah, we're friends. We bond over our shared love of necklaces. There.
I believe it.
Yeah, with collared shirts, 2 buttons undone, chest hair coming out.
I didn't know we were talking about this tonight, Ryan. You could have told me. I thought we were doing a review of Daniel Day-Lewis's greatest hits.
I drink it up. I drink your milkshake. He's drinking Hasbro's milkshake, though. Hasbro has to run a Kickstarter for a 1/12 scale vehicle. Todd's like, nah, we're going straight to retail, baby. And guess what? That thing sold out like everywhere. The pre-orders. So he's doing something right, because
something.
I don't know if you guys remember the Engine of Vengeance. It didn't sell out. In fact, it didn't get made.
Yep.
But I'm talking about this 22-inch technically 110, but I think closer to 112, because Todd likes to underscale things. If you bought his 66 Batman line, his Batmobile was slightly underscaled. The Bat cycle that he made slightly underscaled. So this is meant for Todd's 7-inch figures. But I personally think it's going to be a bit underscaled, and it'll work really nicely with my Mezco 89 Batman whenever the hell I get it. It's been a while, but Tony, thoughts?
So I have the 66 Batmobile. I know Ninja addressed this beautifully in his video, but people are saying you can't compare them because this is going to be cheaper. So I'm pretty certain like this won't have steerable front wheels. This will just be two wheels with an axle straight through. They won't turn and things like that. Yes, it's not going to be the same level of quality as what the engine, but it's not going to be $300 different.
Exactly.
It's not, that's, if this is $60, that's like I don't know. I'm not good at math. How many 100% increase is that in price for a bit more quality? Yeah.
Many 100% increases.
Yeah.
Many.
Does this? I've seen some photos of this where the canopy lifts up like on a hinge. Does this slide forward as well, like the original did?
Funny you should ask, because I actually have a video. Let's see here, pulled up with our buddy Toddy Mac right here. Now I don't think it'll copy
for Kong's move, right? Coming out in June, but show you cool stuff that's going to be in there. As all of you now know, there's going to be a reprise.
Now, so far to me, it looks pretty damn good. I don't know about you guys. To me, so far, it looks good. I think it'll look fine on the shelf.
Yeah, I think the price is what makes it look really good.
Right. I mean, that's the cost of like one deluxe Marvel Legend now. You can get the Blob, or you can get a 1/12 scale Batmobile for your Batman.
Well, be careful, because if you're talking about a Gamer vs. Spider-Man, it might be $35 just for that one figure. So we might not even be talking deluxe anymore.
Indeed.
Of the Michael Keaton.
So, Tony, he's going to open the cockpit, and you're going to see how it has a traditional opening mechanism like in the movie. Yep. But then it does indeed.
We'll from the classic Tim Burton movie. And so we've got a couple of packs that are going to be playing into that from the actual Flash movie here. One of them is obviously the big Batmobile. It'll come in a big box here, right? So here's your box. Right, gonna look big, nice and juicy.
Big box. Apparently, it can fit on retail shelves. And he said it's nice and juicy. I think he just said the box is nice and juicy.
That's okay, man.
You gotta love Todd.
You're gonna have all the detail on it. Obviously, all the wheels turn, and then there's a button on here in the front. And if you press the button, it actually pops the cockpit open. Right, that's how you.
So it looks like it slides forward. So you could slide it forward like that. I think keep it down. I don't know if it'll have that spring up action, but it would be cool in a display to have it just slid forward, still down, and have Batman, coming out of it or something.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, I'm sure the Engine of Vengeance would have had a lot more parts, right? It would have had the lights, the swappable wheels and flames. Obviously, it's a more expensive product.
It's premium.
But we're talking nearly premium. We're talking nearly a $300 difference. Granted, it came with a figure, right? Now, Ninja, you broke this down really nice. It came with the figure, a $25 figure, $30 figure, let's say.
Yep.
That's still $320. And you don't have to buy it a year in advance and wait. You walk into Target, you can get it. Or pre-order it. It ships in April. So you're basically waiting a month after you pre-order it for $60.
Yeah. If you take the figure away, it's basically $320. And you're still paying $320 after the figure's gone, and you're going to have to wait a year.
Yeah. I don't think there's any question, like I said, that the difference between the two cars would have been great. But the price is great too. Go ahead.
It isn't the Engine of Vengeance. Wasn't the plastic coming from Mars or Venus?
Mars or Venus, yeah. Yeah.
You would think so, man, with the way that people swear by it. It's like I just put this in the chat. But the way people swear by it, it's like seeing it through the glass. That answered everything you need to know about it. Just see it through the glass.
Yeah.
Vala doesn't even need to release a truck. He can just show it through the glass, and everybody will know it's the best thing ever. Just show it through the glass.
There you go. I mean, yeah. So I had someone in the comments earlier today on a post I made saying there's no comparison and this is a reach for content. There is a comparison. They're both 1/12 scale vehicles for 6 to 7 inch figures. And the biggest comparison for me is the price and the fact that I can just walk into a store and buy it. I'm not waiting for a year. I'm not crowdfunding for a billion-dollar corporation.
It's funny when people hit me with the whole do it for views or reach for content, like you said, because at least us right here, Tony doesn't do anything for views. He doesn't need them. He's already up there as far as subscriber count and engagement. He's already up there. He's already an established YouTuber. This podcast alone, I don't know another podcast that puts up engagement or numbers like the 3POA. So I don't really see why you would do it for views. And then if you look at my individual videos, including my news videos, it's not that I need the views, but it's like we're not even allowed to bring it up as a comparison. We're not allowed to bring it up at all. They should have just named the car Voldemort, because like you can't say the name. You cannot say the name at all.
Yeah, I've never seen that movie, but I get the reference.
So the 3POA is an action figure podcast, and the biggest news of the last few weeks has been the release of this really cheap as in cost, large scale Batmobile. That's the biggest news going, but somehow we're reaching for content. This is actually what we do. We discuss this stuff.
This is our content. And by the way, this is not negativity. This is a very positive stream, because I am very positive that I'm going to have this Batmobile in my collection because I pre-ordered it for $60. Actually, I think I actually pre-ordered it through Target for $70 because they had it listed higher for some reason. But then it sold out everywhere. So I actually paid more than the $60 it was, I think, on Big Bad and Entertainment Earth or Amazon. I forget. But still, even for the $70 that I paid, I think it's still worth it. And I think Target will adjust that price for me in store. But anyway, I mean, so this graphic is from you, Ninja. You put this together. Car slightly bigger. Obviously, you get a lot less. Here it is. Now he's also making this Batwing for $250, right? 35-inch wing spread Batwing. This thing is massive. McFarlaneToys.com exclusive. You had very strong opinions about. Well, I don't know if they were very strong opinions, Ninja, but just for those that haven't seen your video, do you want to give your thoughts on that?
I don't necessarily think it should be $250, but maybe he's just trying to make his money on the back end for the Batmobile. Maybe he kicked Hasbro in the ball so hard with the Batmobile. He said, hey, I'm going to give him a break, and I'm going to do this with the Batwing or whatever it's called. But it looks nice. The size is ridiculous. I mentioned it in my video, Collect to Disconnect. He might be in the chat, but this kid actually took the time to make a cardboard cutout showing the size difference between the Spin Master one and then this McFarlane one. And the McFarlane one is noticeably bigger. And it looks, the paint apps on it, everything on it looks good. I just wish it was a little bit cheaper than $250. I feel like he really could have sent a statement if it would have been $200 or under. But yeah, that's just how I feel about it though.
Yeah. I don't think it's too bad.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say why. I realize it doesn't come with a Robbie Reyes, or in this case a Batman, or lights, but just the sheer size.
Yeah,
and
man.
to get something like that shipped over and then shipped out to the customer. I don't know what they charge for shipping from McFarlaneToys.com, but that might be kind of baked in.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And also, like you said, they may be trying to make up if they're losing a bit on the Batmobile.
Right.
So I mean that thing is freaking huge, man.
Yeah. I mean, even in these comparisons, there's one where I actually turned it to the side. And if the measurements are correct based on their listings, you can lay Galactus down on top of it and it's still technically longer. That's ridiculous. Yeah. Like, that's crazy. And I get it. It's hollow plastic. It's not from Venus. It's not from Mars. I get all those things. But at the end of the day, this is still without crowdfunding. He paid for tooling. He did these things. I think it really would have kicked ass if he would have had something this big on the store shelves. That would have been ridiculous. because the Batmobile box is, what did you say, juicy? It's pretty juicy.
It's juicy. Yeah. I do want to get to some comments from the chat because I think they're making a lot of good points. Night Watch Collection, he left this before we started. He says, for the vehicles, the Thunder Tank from Super 7 was $500. Their Turtle Van was $475 to $500. NECA Turtle Van was $250. The DC animated Batwing from a few years ago was $175 to $200. I think the MSRP on that was $200. And looking at inflation, that's around the same price of the McFarlane Batwing 6 years later.
Damn, that's a good point.
Yeah, I actually kind of agree with that. And DC Collectibles is the one that made that animated Batwing.
Yeah, that thing was beautiful.
It was. And I think they dealt in much smaller units than McFarlane does, right?
Have you looked up what that thing's going for today?
What's that?
Have you looked up recently what that thing is going for now?
Oh, I'm sure it's skyrocketed.
Yeah, the last time I checked, I'm not sure, don't hold me to it, but the last time I checked was like a week ago before I did my video. But I think it was like 800 or more. Like,
oh my gosh.
It was crazy. It was crazy. The Batmobile surprisingly isn't going for that much, but that Batwing, yeah.
I know that the Batcave they did for the animated line is
oh my god
gone nuts as well. And I could have had that at clearance for $99.
God damn. It's I can't find it for cheaper than $1,000 because I don't have one, and I messed up and I didn't get one at the time, but I can't find it for cheaper than $1,000, and that's crazy, man. That is wild.
It's gone crazy. Now you in your video you did talk about the Spin Master Batwing, and I'm sorry I didn't get pictures of that, but it's 27 inches wide as opposed to 35. Yeah. Everyone, you got to check out Ninja's video about it. You did have to fashion. See, there it is, right there. Let me pull you up.
This thing is pretty big, man.
It is a child's toy meant for like a 10-inch or 12-inch figure.
Yeah.
But you customized it to fit 6-inch figures by putting some smaller chairs in it.
Yeah.
Right? That looks great. And those are pieces from a dollar store toy?
Yeah. You know I love my Final Faction little accessories from Dollar Tree.
Right.
But yo, I think I showed it in the video, but this thing even has the retractable wheels on the bottom. And like they put sculpting, they sculpted in like these little vents and everything. This is crazy for $40. And it came with like a 10-inch figure. So that's pretty crazy. Like, and those are the wheels right there. Yeah. Cool. I don't know. $40.
You added some nice dry brushing to it as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, George Savory wanted to know what kind of WWE chairs did you suggest to use for the Spin Master Batwing?
Oh, just any chairs. I have one right here actually, because I was gonna use one and I gave myself 10 times more work. But literally I was saying take a chair like this, and if you just cut the legs off, just clip the legs off, and then you can just glue the chair down right into the thing. But I'm sure on eBay you could just type in any wrestling chairs, 1/12 scale, and they'll pop up. Yeah,
there's a store on Amazon.com that specializes in wrestling accessories. So you can get those chairs on like packs of 5, 10, I think. And they're
a lot of people brought up in the comments, which was pretty creative, is I wouldn't be surprised if people start 3D printing a cockpit. Because technically you just need to 3D print a cockpit and just glue it down in there. Yep. So you just find something of similar measurements and you glue it right down and good to go.
Yeah. Yep. So I mean, for $40, that's a pretty cool option, especially with the dry brushing you did. You put it on the shelf. I think it looks pretty. I won't say premium, but pretty damn good. You know,
right. It's not Mars of Venus. Let's say it's Pluto. It's Pluto premium. It's kind of small.
Yeah. Ramen Toys in the chat. What's up, Ramen? We're going to talk about some of your stuff.
What's up, Ramen?
A minute later. Ace, he says the effort by McFarlane harkens back to the efforts by Kenner for Batmobiles for back in the day, made affordable and for mass market. But of course, collectors are the ones who most appreciate. Exactly. And to be fair, McFarlane is making these mass market. They're in retail. And to me, that's the point. Mm-hmm. Mass market, they're in Target, they're in Walmart, and you can just go and buy one. That's like the biggest point for me.
Now, I understand why he's doing the Batmobile and the Batwing, obviously based off the new Flash movie, right? Mm-hmm. I understand that. But do you think Todd McFarlane himself, because the Batmobile looks a lot like the 89 Batmobile. There's some slight differences, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the Batwing looks really different. And I bet you when Toddy Mac was going through the design process, he's just going, like, why did they change this so much? Why doesn't this just look like the 89? We're going to sell a load more if it looks like the 89 Batwing.
Yeah. Hopefully he gets to it, because even the Spin Master one, I might get the Spin Master one if I see it. But both of these are a pass for me because it's not the 89 version. Now, he blew up the 89 version in the 89 movie, right? That thing crashed. And of course, in Batman Returns, he lost the Batmobile. So he brought back a Batmobile that looks very similar, but it's, like you said, slightly different. And it is supposed to be the same Batman, right? But yeah, I'm holding out for a true 89 Batwing, although, like I said, I might get that Spin Master. But I think this is a cool design. It's just I'm not totally sold on this Flash movie, and we know that the Flash movie is kind of the end of the Snyderverse. So going forward, it's going to be new cast,
The James Gunn verse.
Yeah, the James Gunn verse. And so the last picture that Ninja you put together at this comparison, he's also putting out a Bat Cycle from the movie, which Ben Affleck's Batman will be on. We saw that in the trailer. You can get a Bat Cycle, Batmobile, and Batwing for $340 or $350 for the Engine of Vengeance, which you can't even get that now because they're not making it. But I think that says a lot. You know, and really as a collector, what would you want? You know, setting aside whoever your favorite character is, Batman or Ghost Rider, would you want 3 large vehicles for your display or 1 vehicle?
Right. It's super important that you said setting aside, because I also understand the arguments like, okay, well, that car can be used for multiple things. It's a muscle car. And but set that aside and just look at this as a product that you're paying your hard-earned money for. You can get 3 vehicles or you can get 1. Which one are you doing? So,
yeah.
Yep.
Ramen Toy also says McFarlane and Spin Master cannot be put in the same conversation, in my opinion. The latter is mass market and prices are inevitably more economical, as that is the business model. And I actually do agree. I'm not necessarily, I mean, we're not necessarily comparing the actual products, but just the way they're being put out.
Right.
Like there's in my opinion, there's no reason why Hasbro couldn't scale back an Engine of Vengeance or a Punisher van a bit,
or
his put them at retail.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that for me, that's the point. It's not necessarily, you know, obviously the Engine of Vengeance would be higher quality, but I think they could put out 112 scale vehicles at retail. I think it can be done. I think McFarlane is proving that.
Yeah, wasn't Hazlab even created for quote unquote dream projects?
Yeah.
Right.
The Sentinel is not a dream project. Toy Biz did it. So many other companies, the Marvel Universe, they've done it. Like, these aren't dream projects. They're lying. Like, I feel like they're making people feel like, oh, otherwise you wouldn't get it. But we have gotten them before. This doesn't need to be a dream project. Same with the His Tank. Like, a lot of people leave the His Tank out of the thing. But just like you said, if you scale that back, you take out some of the lights, you make it a little bit more hollow, a little bit less from Venus and Mars, and we could have gotten that on the shelves.
Yeah.
Like, and it's an army building vehicle, man. Like,
I agree. Okay.
Have we, a quick question, have we seen what the packaging for that big Batwing looks like?
Yeah, it was juicy.
Well, not the Batwing. No, not yet. I don't think he showed that.
So what I'm getting at, like what McFarlane has done in the past is like the wings are removable to be able to put it in the box and make the packaging a lot smaller. I would be disappointed if I bought a $250 toy and I had to clip the wings on after I took it out of the box. So we'll wait and see if that's the case.
Right.
Yeah. I think that's a good point. I think now the Spin Master one came with wings off and you assembled it, right?
Yeah. And they pop off pretty easily. Like, they pop off and on pretty easily. So I'm pretty sure in the box, like Tony said, I'm pretty sure it is not going to come assembled, because the box to the Batmobile, those fins, you have to attach those fins.
Okay.
So if you have to attach those fins to the Batmobile, it's like a 95% chance you're gonna have to attach those wings to that plane.
Yeah. I mean that harkens back. I remember when I got my Toy Biz Batmobile, had to put it together. And when I got the Kenner Dark Knight Collection Batcopter, you put that together, put the stickers on.
I do understand what Tony's saying, though. Yeah. At certain price points, I mean, imagine paying $350 or more for some Hazlab, and you got to put it together when you get it. So at certain price points, what Tony's saying, that definitely kicks in as far as, dude, you done took half my rent. I'm not putting shit together at certain price points. Yeah, no.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Okay, we got I want to bring up Ramen is making a lot of good points here. He says, I never understood the need for a Hazlab other than for projects like Unicron. Now that's a dream project. That thing was huge. And Transformers have so many different parts.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised that it was only 500, considering how many parts and how much engineering and everything goes into a Transformer, especially one of that size. He says even the Sky Striker, which is not a new tooling, but new 3.75-inch tooled figures and some bells and whistles, dumbfounded. Guys, I see the super chats. I'm going to get to them, but I want to get to something else. And if you wanted the Engine of Vengeance, obviously it's not happening. Even the tease of characters that they say can't come to retail, that's not happening now. But you know what you can do? If you really want an Engine of Vengeance,
that you
can pick up the Ramen Racer.
Yeah, that's coming along nice, man.
It doesn't come with the Robbie Reyes figure, but if you get in on the early bird, and I sound like a salesman. That's not the point here. I just want to let people who might not know about options. You have options,
right?
175 early bird. Okay. You can also opt to get the flame accessories to make it a hell charger, or totally not a hell charger, just a car on fire. We'll call it that. But there you can see the model with the 6-inch figure inside, plenty of room, 2 scale, 19.6 inches long. Is that what the EOV was? Was it like about 19-20 inches long, something like that?
Yeah.
Look, I'm
18.5.
I've never had the Engine of Vengeance in hand. None of us will. We can't compare it. So what I want to know is, how big's the Bratz car, Ryan? How does it scale to the Bratz car? That's the most important thing.
Well, the Bratz car is technically probably a 1. I would say almost like a 1/8 scale, but you can fudge it, for your Marvel Legends. But I don't know how long. I've never measured the Bratz car. Let me measure it. Let me get my tape measure. The Bratz car is about 18.5 inches long.
Okay.
Yeah, about 18.5. Okay, so there's Ace, and just to give you a better idea of scale, there he is with the body of the Ramen Racer.
Yeah,
Ace is looking fit.
Yeah, no, man.
He's got superhero proportions. He looks like an action figure. So there's the Ramen, and it comes in black, and that looks like a Charger to me. And then it comes in Dukes of Hazzard orange. The decals will be separate. Yeah. Now, if you want,
I know Tony's eyes lit up when he saw that one.
Now, listen, I know it's controversial, so it's an option. I don't, and listen, we gotta have Ace on the show, and once the pre-orders for this goes up, we will have him on, and that'll be in April. Me and Jeremy are going to have him on Loose But Complete, but we'll work out the final date later. But I know it's controversial with the the Rebel flag on the hood, but I think that's going to be an option with decals. And like I said, when we have Ace on, we'll get the final plan for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's only that flag that's controversial,
right?
An orange car is not controversial,
right? I don't even think the show is controversial. I think the Dukes of Hazzard show is universally loved almost. I mean, it's a classic, right? It's just the rebel flag and what it represented is what a lot of people have a problem with. So, I mean, right now, that's the plan with Ramen Toy. So the option is there. And also, if you're a big Dukes of Hazzard fan, you're going to get that charger. Okay. I'm done shilling for Ramen Toys now. And that was unpaid, and I didn't have to sign.
Nah, man.
A contract.
That's the way it is nowadays. If you give people options, you're automatically just shilling, or you're automatically just no. Like you're not allowed to show options anymore. So
yeah. Okay.
You're also not allowed to show the audience people's dirty little secrets. They feel attacked.
Oh my God, they get and like I said, I say multiple times, if the shoe fits, you got to wear that shit. I felt no type of way about your video because I already knew, as far as the way I run my channel, I was not included in that list. So I felt no type of way. But obviously, a lot of people did feel some type of way because of the way that they run their channel. They got to wear them shoes, man.
Well, we're going to kind of get in. Tony, I want to talk about your video and some of the controversy that has come from it. But first, we got some super chats. Let's read some super chats. We got one from Tony Robles. Tony, thank you so much. Can't wait to meet you in person here in a couple months at Joe Fest. He says, great to see some fine fellas back to the toy and pop culture podcast on the internet. The recent ramen reveals are fire. See you at Valicon. Indeed, sir.
Yeah,
thank you,
looking
Tony.
Forward to it.
We got one from friend of the show, Jeff McElway. Thank you, Jeff. Get a cheap sixer on me, fellas. Ryan, enjoy a Slurpee. I'm not enjoying. Why can't I have a beer?
No, he needs to enjoy some medicine right now. That's what he needs.
I know, man. I like. It's getting worse as the more I talk. Thank you, Jeff. Impossible Pie. Oh, this is about the Batmobile. The canopy shade of black is different from the rest of the car. Sorry. Yeah, it looks slightly different. I don't know if that was the lighting or the type of plastic, but in my opinion, for $60, it's nothing a can of spray paint can't fix. You know, a little dull coat, maybe a little black paint, and some
people are saying it's supposed to be shiny, and other people are saying it's supposed to be dull. I have no idea, but it's $60. It's there.
Yeah, if it needs to be dull, that's I have a couple cans of dull coat out in the garage, and I use it on a lot of toys that I buy that come too shiny. Omar V, what's up, man? He says, is this the thought-provoking, warm-hearted stream? It is. Always, yes. Omar V will be live after this on the Lost Cause Collective, and I wanted to plug their show because I do enjoy their show, Lost Cause Collective, here on YouTube.
Yeah, I got to check that out.
Yeah, check them out. They're cool. All right. Got another one from Jeff, or actually, this is a different Jeff. Jeff W, thank you. He says, Ryan, McFarlane already offered a 7-inch vehicle and figure with the Batmobile Walmart exclusive. I'm losing my voice here. Thank you. Yes, Jeff, that's true. The Batmobile, and I think they sold that for $60 or $70. And that thing is massive.
Yeah.
He says,
I saw that thing for the first time in person yesterday. I was doing a bit of just going around all the local toy shops down here, which I do every time I'm in Perth, and I saw the Batmobile, and I'm like, holy shit, that thing is big.
Now, did you buy it?
No.
Oh, okay. Someone in the
it's not going to fit in my suitcase on the way back to Port Hedland, man. I've got to catch a plane this afternoon.
Someone in the 3POA had bought it and put Desert Rat at the wheel. It looked pretty cool.
Yeah, Jeremy Jernigan did that. He's obsessed with me.
Yeah, he's weird. Yeah, for sure.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah. Jeff says he's a boss, talking about Todd. I pre-ordered the Batmobile and the Batwing. Nice, man. Right on. Cool. Enjoy those and post pictures of them in the 3POA group when you get them. We got another one from Tony. Thanks, Tony Robles. The Ramen supercar looks like it could drive circles around the engine of greed. Once Ramen gets that sucker rolled out, I'll have a Bandito and the Ramen car with the Hasbros having nothing. Well, hopefully the Hasbros will jump in and get a Ramen racer as well. We want everyone to buy that. I mean, at least I do, because I'm selfish and I want one. And I'm a shill. Thank you, Tony Robles. Ken's Toy says, don't tell my wife, but I had an offer on the DC animated Batwing for $1,000.
No, oh my God. You know what? And I wonder if McFarlane if he saw those prices, obviously, they're gonna check what's on the market, what's previously been released. I'm sure he saw those prices and was like, oh, 250? That's nothing compared to what that thing is going for. So people will still get it. It's your only other option, basically.
Yep. I don't know how much longer I can do this show. I'm like struggling.
Yeah, we could call it early, man. Don't even worry about it.
We got $10 from Matt Talent. Thank you. Tony, read this.
I will, mate. I will. Let me take over for a minute.
Yeah.
Get yourself a drink.
Yo, great job taking over. Oh, shit. Come on.
Excuse me. I am so sorry, chat. Good evening, gentlemen. Toddy Mac keeps it cheap and simple. He knows if people want features like lights or sounds or some other details, that there's plenty of people who will customize.
Yeah.
I've never wanted lights and sounds in a lot of my toys. Stuff that I'm just going to display. I don't want to pay extra for all of that. So,
yeah.
I like lights, but sounds for me are pointless.
You're right, Ryan.
Look. I'll just tell the audience.
Stop talking. Yeah. Just look. Stop talking. Let Tony take over.
That's what I'm dealing with right now. Positive.
Embargo, thank you for the super chat. It says, just stopping by. Looking forward when I have time to watch the replay. With Ninja as a guest, it's bound to be good. Yeah, you know, as Ryan said, Bobby wasn't available, so we upgraded. No.
Oh no. But and I said the same thing when he had his Wi-Fi issues. Can't nobody replace Vala, so I'm gonna try to entertain you guys until he gets back.
Hey, I'm just glad I got COVID now and not right before Joe Fest.
Oh my God, could you imagine?
I mean, Valicon.
You would have been hurt. You would have been so hurt.
I would have cried.
Jeremy J says his throat was dry as a desert. Boom, boom.
God.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. Elizabeth Laurie, thank you. She said, just wanted to say hello. Have a great show, guys. I'll catch the replay as I'm about to take my kids snorkeling. That sounds fun.
Yeah, at night? Right. That's a different activity. I wasn't expecting that activity.
Well, I'm assuming Elizabeth is from the States. I don't know. Maybe not.
Well,
have fun snorkeling.
It's 8:43 in the morning here in Australia, and there's beautiful snorkeling around here. So maybe she's in Perth. You never know. Ammo to go says, catch the replay later. Have a great show, guys. Thank you very much, Ammo to go. It's a very kind super chat there.
Thank you.
Jeremy Kerr says, I ordered the Mattel Universe 80s Batman to go with my Batmobile. It was a nice callback to the original line.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who's this guy? Ted Darklaw. Hella dope toys. Thank you, Ted. So Ryan, Tony, Ninja, and Bobby, thank you for all that you do. 3POA continues to be my favorite channel on YouTube.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ted.
So I feel attacked. I feel personally attacked.
Well, you've been getting attacked all this week. You should be used to it by now, man.
He's talking about you, Tony. He's talking about you.
I know, because I mean, 3POAs obviously is better than analog toys, and that's when Ted sent that super chat. That's what he meant. He wanted me to know that he thinks 3POA is better than analog toys.
3POA is the best podcast. Me. Yes, they're the best podcast. Nobody's putting up numbers and engagement and shit the way 3POA does.
Thank you, Ninja.
And what a coincidence that the next super chat happens to be. Are you button ready?
No.
Emotional damage.
Thank you, Northern Nomad. Hey, I got a new one from our friend Stephen Stephen He as well.
What the hell you say? I raised the donut.
I like that one.
Yeah. If anyone hasn't watched Stephen He's YouTube channel, you have to go check it out. Subscribe to his channel. He is so funny, man. He's the funniest guy on YouTube. He's not toy related. He's just like a comedian. He does skits.
Yeah. So his character's Uncle Roger, yeah?
No, his character is his dad.
No, Uncle Roger.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know who that is.
Okay.
Okay, let me see if I can read this one from Ramen. Tony's video evokes critical thinking. It's just not his thing to do what Mattel proposed to him. But these collabs between big, small companies with content creators is part of marketing, in my opinion. It is part of marketing.
It is. I like.
Thank you, Ramen.
But what Tony brought up in his video, it made me think to myself, and I don't think a lot of people get it. And I'm not sure if Tony meant to touch on this, but I think that he did in his video. I think a lot of these content creators don't realize the power that they're giving that partnership, or they're giving that entity over their content, over their channel. Because I personally, I've never done anything like that where it's like, okay, someone's going to send me free stuff, but then they also, if they don't like my opinion, if they don't like what I'm saying, or for any reason, they can just they basically have the right to take down my video. And because I signed a contract, it's really not up for debate. That exchange of power is ridiculous, man. I don't think any product is worth someone being able to tell me, no, you got to take it down.
Yeah.
But he brought up integrity multiple times, and that's what it was about. That's crazy to me.
So I've been approached by numerous companies over the years, but that was the first time I'd been asked to sign a non-disclosure agreement. And just the language that was used in a lot of the email correspondence to me, I found it a little bit icky. It's like, the most engaged friends of Mattel. It's like, I'm not a friend of Mattel. I don't know Mattel. What bar does he drink in? I don't know who this guy is. So yeah, I just thought it'd be interesting for the audience to see what's being said, and yeah, you right there, Ryan?
Thank you. Yeah, my wife just brought me some cough drops.
Hey, okay, she's the MVP.
Thank you. You get special time later, okay? We gotta.
Tony Robles says, "I'm getting so much shit for the Uncle Roger comment." It was obviously, when I hear that emotional damage, I'm thinking of someone completely different on YouTube.
You are, yeah.
So, but you can give me shit, but I did say in a video one time, when I fuck up, I fucking own it. So
there you go.
Fair play. I fucked up there. You can all make fun of me. You can have a laugh, and I'll laugh along with you. So
I got a question for Tony.
Yeah.
Do you regret posting that video?
No.
No? You go back, you do it the exact same way? Press publish?
The exact same way. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
I agree with you. I like the message in the video. Like I said, I think that trade-off of power is too much to have somebody be able to just say, take down a video, let alone the company that took down someone's entire YouTube channel. That is wild. And they took down his YouTube channel. It wasn't even his fault. Like, it.
Yeah, I think it was. Well, we'll get into it in a second. I do want to get to a couple more super chats, and then Tony, if you want, we can just kind of go through your video. I have timestamps and notes here, and
okay.
Mike Espinoza, the meme master. Thank you. He says, "You the man, Tony. Preach truth. Love you guys."
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Mike. And then Elizabeth Laurie, thank you so much. She wanted to let us know that I live in Hawaii. It's 2:45 p.m. here. It must be nice. Right on. Well, have fun snorkeling. All right. I delete. Okay, hold on. Let me hit present here. I gotta share my screen again because it unshared it.
That's all right. While you're doing that, we've got Tallgrass in the house. He
says,
Laser sounds like some of these Hasbro channels where they just got done doing an interview with that sore throat.
Oh, man. Yeah. I got a vaccine, too, and this is my second time having COVID. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know if anybody's seen Talk Art's most recent video, but he was looking kind of healthy, man. He was looking good.
He was.
That's right. And now that he's looking good, he's talking shit about Ryan looking not so good.
No, I haven't looked good in years. Yeah, Talker, you were looking nice and healthy in that video.
Yeah, it looked like he just left the barbershop, had a shape up done and all that.
Yep. Okay, so Tony's video, because I think a lot of people got what he was saying wrong, in my opinion. Your video, you're at the 3-minute 31-second mark. You kind of explained. Go ahead.
I don't think a lot of people got it wrong. I think there was a small group, but because they were very vocal, that got it wrong. The audience got it. A lot of YouTube content creators got it. A group of YouTube content creators thought I was attacking them. I wasn't attacking anybody.
Yeah. I mean, I think the like ratio is a good gauge of how the audience receives it. You got 1.4 thousand likes. Now this got 10,000 views. That's not great for your channel, but I think it's okay, right? 10,000.
Yeah. 10,000 is decent. Yeah.
So you got 10,000 views, 1.4 thousand. Now the average likes on a YouTube video are about 1 to 10. 1 like per 10 views. So you've exceeded that by 400 views. 10,000 views, 1.4 thousand likes, only 50 downvotes. Only 50 people didn't like this video. So I think that says a lot about the toy community and how they feel about this subject.
So I'm just looking in my YouTube studio in the back end there. This has got a 93.7% like to dislike ratio.
Yeah,
93.7%. That's better than when I just make a video about old Action Man toys.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so you kind of at this point you kind of give the pitch from Mattel
by bribing you. When I was first contacted by this guy from Mattel, you can see the email here. He was reaching out on behalf of the Masters of the Universe team at Mattel, saying that they had this exciting opportunity for me to gain special access to Motu news and products this year. This invitation is only extended to a select group of the most engaged Motu collectors and friends of Mattel from around the world, and we'd like you to be a part of it, and here's how. And what this basically meant was any of these YouTube channels or whoever they are, these influencers, anyone who signed a non-disclosure agreement with them would be given access to a whole host of images from their upcoming Masters of the Universe 2023 full catalog. And the reason for the NDA was that you were not allowed to reveal any of these images before 9 a.m. Pacific time on Monday, the 20th of March.
So that's kind of the offer from Mattel, right? You got this.
Yeah, and what? So when Ninja asked me the question, he's like, do I regret making the video? Would I do? I would do a few things different. I would add a little bit more in. What I would add is the fact that I didn't respond to the first email. I didn't respond to the second email. I didn't respond. I think it was this guy emailed me 3 times over a period of a week, and I was like, I read that language there, and it's the most engaged friends of Mattel, and I'm like, I want to vomit. It's disgusting language. Look, I can show the emails. He emailed me 3 times as this date was approaching. It's like I need this NDA. So eventually I was like, well, I'm not going to make a video, but I'm going to sign this NDA because I want to see what happens next. And I was transparent about that in the video. So right. I signed the NDA, I sent it away, and then it comes back and it's like this product guide. Like, these are the guidelines you've got to follow. And it's in that it says Mattel monitors what's being said, and we may ask you to edit or completely remove videos. I was like, oh, you get told that after you've already signed. That's dodgy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So here is here's basically the perks. You break down the perks to signing.
Hold on. We've got someone in the green room.
Oh, let me add him.
Really?
What's up, man? Hey. What's going on, Bobby? Oh, wait, hold on.
Where's that song? Yeah.
There we go. How's it going, man?
I hope we're spreading hate and negativity to all the snowflakes out there.
Oh, my God. He's in his comfy chair too.
Yeah, he is. Look at that.
Yeah, I'm not in the office.
Yeah, that's the easy chair. Look at that.
Got easy chair. Got a glass of wine.
Hey, all right. You're not coughing up your lungs?
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay, so you just hopped in. You want to give your thoughts about this so far? Or do you even know what we're talking about?
I have no idea. I literally just got home, put the kids to bed, and hopped on.
So we go ahead, Tony.
Ryan's discussing the video that I put out earlier this week.
You mean that amazing piece of video mastery?
Bob, have you ever asked a YouTuber to sign any kind of contract when they've reviewed an Action Force figure?
Never.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
I don't.
Did you
tell that? Go ahead.
Did you once refer to Talker Art reviewing Action Force as like the Pepsi challenge?
I don't know if I refer to it as that, but it was kind of like that's almost how I felt in a way. I do know that, like, there was a part of me that was like, all right, man, you're going to send your stuff to this guy. He's not going to hold back anything. Are you prepared for that? And I thought about it and I said, that's exactly how I want it, because I trusted my product. And I said, yes, this is, I'm not saying that other people don't give, spot on real reviews. They do, but he just gives it with a tenacity and an edge to it that nobody matches. And I knew that, if there was something, that dude was going to jump all over it. And I said, yeah, I'm going to, I believe in my line and I'm going to do it. So yeah, I took that challenge and I sent it to him. I said, do what you do, man. Do what you do. I'm not telling anybody what to do. I've never told anyone you can't say this. I never told anyone, hey, you have to, make sure you say something good. It's like, listen, man, if something goes wrong with the stuff I send you, that's the luck of the draw. I send stuff because you want to get honest opinions. Again, it's like I stand by my product and I believe in my product. So I'm very confident when I send stuff out to anybody. I don't pick and choose. I mean, shit. It's like, I'm sure Ninja gets a lot of shit, for supporting Action Force. But guys, listen, don't forget he was very critical of the line, but very critical of the line in a good way. He wasn't like saying this line fucking sucks and blah, blah, blah. He was hard on the line at first, and he had every right to be hard on the line at first. And that, doesn't bother me at all. And it's like his comments helped make the products better. He said it's kind of bullshit. These don't have weapons. They should be a complete figure ready for battle out of the box. And I said, you know what? Shit, man, he's absolutely right. Change the line, So it's like that sort of stuff is, a testament to, what goes on when you send stuff to reviewers. So no, I would never tell someone you can't say this or you can't say that. Like, bro, listen, man, if you have to say that, that means you are not confident in your products, holding on their own,
Yeah.
Now, believe it or not, comments on Tony's video and other places that they said, well, Bobby sends out free product for review as well. Tony, is that what your video was about?
No, that's not what my video was about. This was about going into a legally binding contract. Okay, it was mainly based around an embargo date and not showing stuff early. But you're talking about a corporation that has a track record of taking down an entire Jurassic Park toy channel just 12 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And that channel wasn't even in a legally binding contract with this company. That's right. That's what the video was about. And I thought I said it pretty clearly in the video. There's nothing wrong with any of the YouTubers who did enter into that agreement. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just it's not for me.
Right. Here's the problem with the people that were offended by that video or mad about that video or complained about that video. And it's the same people that, that Michael gets comments on. Ninja, you get these comments all the time. We get them on our channel. People do not stop and listen to what is being said. They don't think and say, hold on, what is he saying? Because there's no secret. You were saying exactly what you were saying. There's no like mystery around it. They listen for what they want to hear. And if they don't hear what they want to hear, they make it up in their heads. And they sit there and they say, oh, well, he's definitely talking about free Valaverse product. So what the fuck's that all about? And it's like, that's not the point. Like, you're missing everything about his video, Michael's videos, Ninja's videos. You people are missing the point, and it is incredibly frustrating because they are putting this information, exactly what they're saying, out there on a silver platter for you, and you're still looking at it like, no, it means this. Oh, he's hating. Look, he's shitting on other YouTubers. He never shit on other YouTubers. All he did was say, this is what Mattel does. He wasn't shitting on the YouTubers. If anything, he was shit on Mattel. He was saying this.
I was. I'll admit to shitting on Mattel.
Yeah,
I was.
These are their business practices that other YouTubers are okay with. Tony was not okay with it. Yes, he signed the NDA, but he never catered to him. He never did a review of the product like the other people did. He was just putting that out there. I know a lot of people are probably like, well, it's pretty obvious. This is marketing. Yeah. All companies kind of do it. Valaverse doesn't, but these bigger companies, they do it because these bigger companies need to create a narrative. They need these kind of things on their side. Perfect example, guys. You know why it doesn't mean shit to? I'm not that reviewers don't mean shit to Valaverse, but here's a perfect fucking example because people have talked about it in the group, and I've mentioned it here and there in passing, but I'm going to talk about it right now. Sorry, guys, I just took over the show, but
It's okay.
Do you notice the giant toy review site that does never ever mention Valaverse? It is the Foosh. The Foosh does not. And here's a perfect example of why. Because let me tell you something. Robo was on the Valaverse side very early on. When the second Kickstarter was going on, I sent him prototypes. He reviewed them. He loved them. Stayed in touch with them. And then every message I sent him after that, or, I sent him text messages. I sent him Facebook messages. Nothing. I even gave Foosh the Pepsi challenge, and I emailed there. They have an email on their site for advertising, and I said, let me see if they'll bite on the dollar. And I told them I was willing to pay to have my stuff, paid for advertising on their site. Never even a response. Not even a no, sorry, we can't right now, or not even honesty like, no, sorry, we cater to Super 7 and you talk bad about Super 7. Guys, that is why the Foosh does not review Valaverse stuff. It is very obvious. They cater to companies that I have spoke negatively about, but about their business practices. Not like saying I just hate them just to hate them. I don't like them because of their business practices. You guys know I'm very honest about that. I don't just hate a company just to hate them. I hate them because of their business practices, and I will call a company out for bad business practices. If they want to side with Super 7, fine. You know what? Action Force was a $4 million brand last year. Let that sink in for a second. $4 million brand. And do you know who I didn't need to get to $4 million? The Foosh. So let that sink in for a second. I bet you there's some other companies out there that need the Foosh to get to their money, with their help, their bottom line. Valaverse does not. If the Foosh came to me and said, hey, we want to review your stuff, I'd say no. So maybe that's put out there. Now they don't have to. Now they don't ever have to reach out to them. They drew a line in the sand. They made their bed. They sleep in it. No hard feelings. All I'm saying is there's no hard feelings, but I'm still going to call you out on the fact that you chose a side because they did. And that's fine because it's very obvious. And the fans know it because the fans put a post up. Hey, Robo didn't do anything about Valifair, even all the stuff that I showed.
Yeah, if you go through the comments, you'll see a bunch of Action Force comments in his videos.
They will not. They will not. That's fine. You can wait. You can wait for the next shitty boss fight license, like whatever shit Jim Henson dead license is out there that they want to get. Sure, you can wait for that one. By all means, review that one. They need the help. Please help them. You can review whatever next Super 7 licenses that they think they own that isn't going to get to a third or fourth series. You can help them too. Valaverse does not need you. I'm making it very obvious. So you can, they could admit it, and which would be great. They should come out and say, yes, we're not going to review Valaverse because we don't agree with his comments on other companies that we like. If they came out there and said that, bravo. I would say, you know what? Stand up, guys. You live by your views. They'd rather just out of sight, out of mind. Oh no, don't acknowledge the comments. We can get 1,000 comments. Just don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. No, we can't. Valaverse can become a $25 million brand, and they'd still probably hide in the corner, which is fine.
You know what I said earlier in the chat before Vala got here, but maybe for them, Valaverse is Voldemort. They should just call him Voldemort. He's just not allowed to speak his name.
That's fine. That's fine. Listen, guys, I'll be Voldemort all fucking day. But just going back to that, like my point was that, you know, people pick sides and people don't listen to the information. And it's like, that wasn't the point Tony was making. Tony was making a very straightforward point that these are Mattel's practices, and this is what they do if you want to review their stuff. It wasn't a, hey, these other YouTubers that did that, fuck them. He never said that. He never said anything negative about those people. Yet people want to say that he's coming after YouTubers, blah, blah, blah.
If the shoe fits, they got to wear it. If the shoe fits, they got to wear that shit, run down the block with it on.
You know, here's the thing. Treat it like a movie. Say you watch a movie and you're like, I think I like that movie. Perfect example, Tenet. I love the movie. I love Christopher Nolan stuff. I watched the movie and I said, I think I like that movie. I said, but I didn't fully understand it the first time. I'm going to watch it a second time. Watch it a second time. I said, oh, okay, there are all the answers. I feel like people need to listen to things twice because they certainly do not get it the first time. They go in there, this is what I know he's going to say. And then he doesn't say it. And they're like, I don't know what he said because I wanted him to say something that he didn't say. Go back and watch it and listen with your brain because he clearly makes the correct points and does not make the points that you are all saying he made. Simple as that.
Can I ask you guys a question? When you watched my video, did I come across as coming from a place of hate and anger?
Not at all.
Anger, yeah, anger definitely not. And even if we're gonna draw the line for hate, it's like hate on who? Mattel as a corporation or a company? Yeah. Mattel is the only thing throughout your video I'm like that anyone can say he tried to take a shit on. It can only be the company, the actual company, because individual content creators, that was like not a thing throughout your video. But so many people felt some type of way, like Vala was saying, because the shoe fits. So they have to wear that shit and run down the block with it on if the shoe fits. Or they wanted to redirect in the comments and bring up, oh, but you get Valaverse product. So you get, some people do really understand the message and it bothers them so much they want to redirect the conversation or move the goalpost somewhere else to take the heat off of them.
You can go back and listen to old podcasts that I'm on and that Bobby was on, and I used to stick up for Mattel and say, man, I wish Hasbro would do it like this, like that, and then they took down that Jurassic Park channel, and I was pissed.
That was not cool.
Yeah, that was it for me. That was the straw for me.
The guy bought a dinosaur toy at Walmart or Target, reviewed it, and they took his channel down.
And he was happy and positive.
Yeah, he was positive towards the toy. Granted, they lifted or he fought it or something. I don't know how it works. The strike, whatever they call
tons of content creators had to come together for him to get his channel back.
Right. I saw a lot of big channels.
Yeah.
Including Retro Blasting. I think Laura Legends made a video about it.
Laura Legends did. Yeah.
And respect to them for doing that. That was cool. And he did eventually get his channel back, from what I understand. But just to speak on Tony's video, I got notes here, guys, about your video and time markers and all that. But I don't know if we have to go through it. At 4:57 in the video, you kind of break down what the perks were, or as you called it, the bribe, right?
Yeah.
I saw someone. It was in the comments on your video or somewhere. They said, "Well, he's using bribe wrong. He doesn't know what bribe means." So I just went to the dictionary. It's from the Oxford Dictionary. To persuade someone to act in one's favor, typically illegally or dishonestly, by a gift of money or other inducement. I think you used it correctly. Also, the way you used integrity was brought up because you said you didn't sign or agree to do it. I know you signed the NDA to get the info, but you didn't move forward and become a Motu insider, as Mattel put it.
And having read everything in that documentation, there's a reason why I didn't call the video title "How Mattel Bribes Toy Channels." I couldn't use the word Mattel. I couldn't show their logo. I showed no Mattel branding at all. I just spoke.
Right.
Well, there's Mattel branding on the email, but hey, if you send me an email, there's no issue with me showing that.
And it's because you wanted to maintain your integrity.
Yeah.
And I think the same comment said you used integrity wrong. You don't know the meaning of the word. Integrity means, this is from the Oxford Dictionary again, the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, moral uprightness. He is known to be a man of integrity. So yeah, I think you used that right. And listen, Tony is judging himself on his own scale. Okay. And he said in the video at 14:46, he said, there's nothing necessarily wrong with that, with signing the NDA and going through with it. There's nothing necessarily wrong with that. People can grow their channels how they want.
Yep.
You didn't name any channel by name at all. You didn't call them out. You did show the screenshot of the search results you got.
Yeah, but look, was anybody really surprised that those channels were there? Like,
I only know 2 of them from that screenshot. But no, of course not.
Certainly 2 of them. They're really big Motu channels, of course, and there's nothing.
I mean, Pixel Dan is the Motu. Yeah, Pixel Dan is the Motu guy. I mean, of course I don't think Pixel Dan is evil for doing that. And Tony, you said you don't think they're evil. No, it's just the whole way Mattel's gone about it, especially when they took down that Jurassic Park channel. And I think Pixel Dan may have spoken out about that. I don't remember.
What is so wrong though with just showing the audience, giving them a peek behind the curtain? It's not even like a dirty little secret. Like everyone said, This is just how marketing works. Movie reviewers get to go and watch movies, but they can't publish their review for 2 or 3 days until the embargo lifts, and all of that. There's nothing wrong with that. It wasn't for me. But it's then when you see the reaction from the community. When I said the community, I'm talking about some other content creators. Mm-hmm. Some of them have come out and made like social media posts, and they're saying, doing this like doing a hate video or an attack video, however they phrased it, right? Which is not true.
Or they clickbait or hate for clicks. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm doing that to get views. Now, you just showed my video before, 10,000 views, and you said, "Oh, that's good for you." I was like, "That's okay for my channel." Right? A channel that does a video that does really well on my channel, we're talking upwards of 80,000 views, into 100,000, 200,000. I'm not doing videos like that to get clicks because it doesn't work. I probably
I mean, there's channels with huge followings, huge sub counts that are only positive. They get the best views.
Yeah, I brought that up during my video. Yeah, I said, if you're not criticizing, if you're just always positive and always happy with what they happen to send you, what they decide to send you, what they choose, yeah, you'll grow your channel 10 times faster.
Now, and I would argue that, Tony, your channel is not negative. We are not negative. We're labeled with that, right? We're labeled with the negative
with it.
stamp, yeah. But we're not. I mean, you speaking your experience of how the whole situation with Mattel went down, that's not being negative. You were speaking your experience, and then you gave your opinion on if you would have gone through with it, what that would have meant to you. You would have lacked integrity. You felt like it's taking a bribe. And the only channel you mentioned by name was the one at the beginning. But he had it coming.
See, here's the thing that bothers me so much is that there's all this talk about divisiveness in the toy community. Toys should be so fun and happy, and everything about toys should make us so happy. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. People have opinions on everything. People have opinions on shit, flowers, man, and butterflies. Like, it's not all like sunshine and rainbows. What I'm saying is, the people that are calling us divisive, like, oh, you're spreading divisiveness. No. You're the one spreading divisiveness because you're the one pushing it in that direction. We come on our show. We give our opinions on things. Mm-hmm. I gave a detailed description on why the Engine of Vengeance was overpriced compared to the Hazlab Sentinel. I didn't tell anyone not to buy it. I said, you want it, you buy it. That's on you. Can't get mad at people because it didn't fund it. You didn't get your toy. I didn't get my toy. I'm so upset. Shut the fuck up and grow a set of balls.
You three POS channels.
You three POS. You such uneducated assholes. I didn't get my toy. Cry me a river, you fucking loser. All I'm saying is
that's the positive people.
That's the positive people. Those are the positive police, man. I didn't get my toy, so you're assholes. Those are the positive police, guys. Remember that. Those are the positive police. No, because we are opinionated, we are labeled the negative, divisive people. We are not pushing that agenda. The people that have a problem with us are the ones pushing that agenda. And it drives me fucking nuts because I hear from people like, man, why do you guys have to be so divisive? Like, why do you have to be like that? Hey, you know what? We're getting a shit ton of fucking views. We get more views than a lot of fucking other top channels, live views and replays and shit like that. Maybe that means people want something different. Maybe that means people want an educated opinion. Maybe people want something different than someone just saying, this is awesome. Maybe you should listen to the community instead of rebelling and saying, the community is so divisive. Ugh, look at what you guys are doing. Maybe you should stop and look at yourself and say, wow, those guys are getting a lot of views. I wonder why that is. I wonder if that's something that people want. I wonder if people are gravitating towards that. I wonder if people saying, we've had enough with 30. Yeah. We've had enough with $35 GameStop Spider-Man. We've had enough $350 cars. Maybe we want some realism. Maybe we want something that's real. And if you don't take real, if you can't equate real with positive, then there's something wrong with you. Like, I'm
glad you brought up. I'm glad you used those examples at the end as far as the $35 Spider-Man. It's not like we're talking about things that are just blatantly okay. Things are just blatantly not okay. And if we choose to talk about them, we're the fucking problem.
Yep.
No, this is blatantly not. They're blatantly lying. They're blatantly saying, "Oh well, we have these are," and that's what I said earlier. These are not dream projects. The Sentinel wasn't a dream project. That didn't have to go through crowdfunding. They've released them in other ways, in other places, in other lines at other times. That those are not dream projects.
Yep.
But people just basically eat their shit and believe everything that they say, and if we speak out against that, we're automatically the negative ones. It's crazy.
Here, listen. There was many comments that, well, it works. Their hate and their negativity, it gets views. And I argue that it's not hate or negativity, because we're not hateful people. We're not spewing negative. Hold on, we're not spewing negativity. People tune in. We're getting good views because of our personalities. People are here because of our personalities. Maybe you guys should try having one.
No, they all share the same exact. They all share the same exact personality. You can go from one channel and go to the other, and if you didn't hear a tone and voice, if it was just a robot speech, you would not realize what channel you're on, because they all share the same exact, hey, camera's on, let me be this person. Let me be just like all the rest. They're not themselves.
Guys, perfect example. The gentleman that was just speaking has an unbelievable fucking channel that has grown in popularity in such a short amount of time and has become such a huge popular toy channel. And he doesn't show his face, and he talks through an action figure, and he has more personality than tons of these channels put together. If he can do it like that, how can you not do it the way you're doing it? Hate on Talker. People hate Talker. But you know what? Talker gets a shit ton of views, and he has an absurd amount of followers. Do you know why? Because he has a personality that people like. So
Tucker Art's a comedian.
He's a comedian.
He's really funny. He's like every 90s comic I ever watched, man.
And sorry, go ahead, Ryan.
No, go ahead.
I had a really good point, because I think it's funny, like when you watch a comedian, or perfect example, I went to go see Joe Rogan. Me and my wife went to go see Joe Rogan in Atlantic City last summer, and I remember there were people in the crowd getting offended at the jokes he was telling. And I'm like, wait a second. These were not cheap tickets. Joe Rogan is an expensive fucking ticket. If you don't know what you're going to see, but you go to a Joe Rogan show, you're an idiot. People went and got offended and tried to yell at him. And he was like, you came to see me and you're getting offended? Like, you're the idiot. So if you go and you watch Talker and you get offended, you're the idiot that goes to a comedian show and gets offended because someone's telling jokes. You're that dummy. The same dummies that come to watch our, I'm so offended at them. Bro, you came to the wrong comedy show. You went to the wrong rock concert. You went to the wrong movie. Know what you're getting into. Watch a preview, listen to a song, watch a YouTube vid. Check it out. Get educated before you go into something, because you might be that asshole that gets offended when the 1,000 other people around you are like, go fuck yourself.
Dude, listen, I went and saw a few years ago. My wife got us tickets to see Bill Burr, who was like one of my favorite comedians. Very offensive, right? So he's in there, and I forget which tour it was. It's about 4 years ago, but he tells this joke about his wife and being married, and everyone's just dying. And this lady gets up and walks up to the stage and starts yelling at him. He laid into her so bad, everyone's booing her, and then she got kicked out. It's like, what are you doing here? You don't know who Bill Burr is? He's one of the funniest people on the planet, and you're going to get offended at his... Oh my God! But that's where we're at. That's where the world is at.
That's just the times that we're in right now. As far as people use the term sensitive people or fragile people, snowflakes, whatever you want to use it. But I think it's really sad that we get so much criticism for being honest. Because to me, it's sad that that shows how much honesty was lacking from this toy reviewer community. The fact that we can get up here and actually be honest, and we get criticism for it, but we're still getting the views. Like I said, my channel is growing at an extreme rate, extremely fast, and I'm not even in front of the camera the way Robo is, you know, on his news videos, and I'm not even doing that type of stuff. But we get so much criticism, and it just shows how much honesty was lacking in the community in general, because they all turn on the camera and they all say the same exact things about the toy that they were sent.
Yeah. There, you know, there's comments that oh god, I just lost my train of thought. I'm so loopy right now.
It's the COVID,
it's
right?
the medicine.
We'll
Yeah, you need some medicine, man.
Yeah.
I think another really, you know, because we obviously us guys, we talk in the background about, you know, we discuss what's going right with the show, and you know, it's not only the personalities, it's the very genuine friendship that exists, which, you know, has existed for a long time between the three of us, but now we have this other excellent friend here in Mr. Ninja. But I also think it's that we come from a place of consumer advocacy, not as people trying to help promote a corporation's next action figure.
We're not the Flavor Flav of toy YouTube. That's what we're not the hype men.
Yeah, no. Yeah. And there's so many, that's a good word, hype men. And these companies have so many hype men, it's ridiculous. And even Vala sending me product early to review, none of it is stuff that I wasn't going to buy or I didn't buy anyway. On top of that, it was a breath of fresh air, because those NDAs that you guys are talking about, and I've had every week, literally every week, I have a company, whether it's a repeating company or a new company, say, hey, we want to send you some stuff, but there's always a but. We want to send you some stuff, but before you publish the video, we need to see it, we need to review it, we need to, and that makes the answer super simple for me, because then it's an automatic a no, or I just leave them on seen or read, because I'm not going to review anything that needs to be approved first. And Vala touched on that earlier. So for me, when I spoke to him, it was such a breath of fresh air, because his attitude was, say whatever you want to say about it. Like, you're getting this product. I view your channel. I see how you do things. I know that you're going to be critical. You have been critical before in the past. He trusts his product, and he's like, have at it. And so many other companies and corporations, they don't do it like that. And I'm telling you firsthand, from being reached out to every single week, nobody does it like that anymore. I mean, I don't know if they did ever, but nobody is currently doing it like that. So for me, it's a breath of fresh air. And there's never anything on my channel that someone basically says, hey, we need to check it. We need to okay it first. Who the fuck are you to okay anything on my channel? That's crazy, man. And there's so many hype men, and there's so many of these content creators that have to, and they're okay with getting their stuff okayed. If you have to be okay with getting your stuff okayed, then your opinion isn't as genuine as you think it is. It's not as honest as you claim that it is, because your opinion has to get okayed. That's wild.
You're goose stepping with the corporation.
Yeah.
I remember the comment was, these guys are angry and they act like they hate action figures. I
fucking make them for a living.
Right.
I spend.
Look at Ryan's background. Look at my background.
I love them, but I'm not just gonna, you know, hey guys, whoa, new, and just everything's great. It's not all sunshine and unicorns, and I'm not gonna shy away from the criticisms of stuff. And you know, if I see something I don't like, I'm not gonna shy away from it. Let's just talk about it. Let's open conversations, guys. Different opinions. Okay,
so
go ahead.
Ramen Toys has got a really good point here. He says, I'll probably lose customers for this one, but one of the reasons I don't send samples to some channels who request for them, because in my opinion, most people don't know how to review something.
That's true.
So like, okay, in the world of YouTube, there's a lot of, you know, movie review channels that have popped up. But like a genuine film critic, like those guys actually study film to become a genuine film critic. And I actually, a lot of these, I have some people, you know, come at me in the YouTube comments and stuff and say, when I'm talking about Vala, you must be biased, your character in the line and all that. And I was like, are my videos actually reviews? Like, when I see people review they normally do it one figure per video, and it's the figures in the camera, and don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with doing this, right? But I don't feel like I actually review toys. I make mini documentaries, like I often call my videos like a collector's guide. It's like, this is all the stuff in the range, this, and this. I'm not, when you see a lot of the reviews, they talk about the paint applications, the packaging, the articulation. That's a review. I really don't feel like I make review videos. So when people say, I can't trust your review to go and buy this product, I'm like, you do know that like 90% of the videos I make are based on toys that you can't even get anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's not, yeah.
Ramen, I assure you, I won't ask for free product. I'm supporting what you're doing because I believe in it and I want it to happen, and I want you guys to be successful because we need more little guys like that to compete with the big corporations. Because if all we have left is Hasbro and Mattel,
right,
it's going to be real bad for collecting guys.
Yeah.
That's going to be really, really bad.
It's been real bad, yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's like you need competition to get better. It's like, this is for you wrestling fans out there. You'll love this analogy. I've been a WWF fan forever until WrestleMania 19. Austin retired. I was done because after that, the product got crap. He was gone. That was it. But from what I heard from people, once there was no competition and guys like Austin, Rock left, and WWF was made to create new characters and this and that, I heard it got real shit in the mid 2000s. And then it was like AEW came around and it was like, wow, they gave them competition. And then it was like AEW got good and they got rid of Vince. And then it was like, now WWF is getting better again from what I hear. But it's like, if you don't have competition, you will get stagnant. You won't get better. Like, guys, listen, I am not going to take credit for this. I'm not going to say this is the reason why. Classified course corrected. I'm not going to say it's all because of Action
I would
Force.
say it.
No. It wasn't. Listen, they probably listened to the fans.
But competition did help.
Sure, because they started copying some of the stuff I was doing. But it's like, that's the thing. That's what you need. You need that in order to get better. And look, they did the right thing and they got better. And I'm glad they did because I like the stuff they're doing now. But it's like, remember, guys, listen with your brains. I just said I like the stuff they're doing now. I have classified stuff. Listen with your brains. So, like, you need that. So if Hasbro and Mattel were left to just run the gamut on the toy industry without these smaller companies coming up, now granted, Super 7's not helping them. They're not. They're on the island of misfit toys right now. But like, you need stuff to come up. Look at companies like Spin Master and Jazzwares. Spin Master doesn't have huge layoffs. Spin Master never has lost years like Hasbro does. Yes, they don't do collector product. They do kid product. But guys, we're talking about the toy industry here. Remember that toys aren't just you guys sitting on your couch in your basement. It is, toys are kid and adult nowadays. Before it was mostly kid. Now it's like 50-50. All I'm saying is Spin Master, they're a great company. Jazzwares came from a company, when I was there in 2019, I think they were maybe like a $300 million company. Now it's 2020. In 2022, they became $1 billion company. So it's like, they're doing something right. These bigger companies are coming up, and Jazzwares does collect their product. So, you have to have that competition in order to get better. Now, hopefully, Hasbro and Mattel are seeing what's happening and seeing these companies come up, and they start to do things a little differently. Hasbro, I think, is going to be behind for a little longer. I think it's going to take them much longer to keep losing money. Like, they're continuing to lose money. They're hemorrhaging money. I own a lot of their stock. Their stock keeps plummeting. which I'm probably going to get more because we've seen in history that stocks always go up for these billion-dollar companies. But I'm going to get it because I got it cheap and it went up. I'm going to get it again cheap and it's going to go up. And I'm going to milk them for every dollar they're worth. I'm going to keep making money off Hasbro. But, Mattel was down for a while and they started coming back up. They plateaued a little bit. So they're doing things really well with the wrestling line, but I think they need to do a bit more as a company. Hasbro's just a little too far behind. Hasbro's got a couple more rounds of layoffs coming, because I got insiders inside and I got people that know people high up and they're like, yeah, they didn't do the layoff in a giant bundle like they had previously. They're doing it in little bits here and there to take the heat off of them less and less. Because if the news comes out, they're like,
great place to work.
Here's the thing. That's the thing. So they were scheduled to lay off like 1,000 people or like 1,100 people, and they didn't. They only did like 400 because they were like, well, we're still going to lay those people off. We're just going to lay them off in a couple of months so that we could say, no, we didn't do 1,000 people. We only did 400. Then quietly lay off a bit more because then the heat's off of them. Guys, if I told you some of the things that I'm being told by insiders there about what's happening on the Marvel brand, I promised them I wouldn't say anything. What is going on that Marvel brand, the way Hasbro Marvel product is performing and what is happening behind the scenes, it would blow your mind. It would absolutely blow your mind. They told me and I was like, wow, it's worse than I thought. It's bad. Hasbro's in rough shape. They need to lose some more money before we really start to see a bigger change. But I think a change is coming. So, stay tuned for that. But again, you need competition. Competition makes you better.
Yep. Good points. We got a lot of super chats and other comments that we've starred. So I want to get to thoughts from the audience before we wrap this up. Don't leave. We got a lot of show left here. Please hit that like button. We got 553 people watching. Awesome. Thank you, guys. First, we got a super chat from Ted Darklaw. Thank you, Ted. Ryan, grab your mug and drink a hot teddy. I got it right here. Maybe I might have one after the show. It'll fix you right up. Tony, we owe you an email.
No worries, Ted. I know what that's about.
Ryan, are you not feeling well?
You missed it.
Oh.
Again.
You got it?
Yeah,
again.
I got it again. Second time. I got it over a year ago. And my kid brought it home over a week ago. My wife has had it, and now it's my turn.
Now,
Sorry,
is it still like called the same thing, or what you have is like 37?
Like what
30?
Variant is it?
I have no idea.
The variant that COVID's called right now is called the common cold.
Yeah, that's kind of what it feels like. Yeah.
Shit, man. Sorry, I had the stomach flu yesterday, day before. Yeah, it was bad.
Oof, that's
So,
rough.
yeah.
You guys are making me
That's
nervous because I feel like everybody's getting sick before Valicon, and I'm gonna be fucked up on Valicon. So I want to get sick now just to get it out the way before the event, man.
You should go fly to Seattle and let Ryan cough in your face.
Yeah.
And you'll be
You take the
good.
mask off, though. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it protects me so much.
All right, we got one from Headcanon. Thank you, sir. I looked like the NDA didn't actually promise to get free stuff or access, but you might get it. That was in the email. The promise of that was in the email that they got. Right, Tony?
Sorry, I was a million miles away. So read it again.
Oh, he says Headcanon says it looked like the NDA didn't actually promise to get free stuff or access, but that you might get it. I said that was actually in the email. It wasn't in the
Yeah, that wasn't the context of the NDA. So first you get the email first, and the first thing you read is all of this, the most engaged friends of Mattel. I was like, I'm not an engaged friend of Mattel anyway, but whatever. And they talk about the perks, and they say, if you sign the attached NDA, you open yourself up to these perks. So,
Right.
yeah.
Okay, Keith Knight, thank you, sir. Tony's video was the truth. Truth is like a cross to a vampire. Only vampires are afraid of it. Yeah. Thank you, Keith, as always, man.
Very well said, Keith.
Yeah.
Got one from EH. Thank you, sir. Congratulations and thanks for the quality content you produce. You're welcome. Bringing custom Action Force vehicles for you three and Bobby to Valicon. Oh, wow. Cool. Thanks.
All right.
I want to see that.
Also, a non-military 1983 vehicle gift for Tony. That should add to a great visit. Action home. Thank you, EH. That's very kind of you. I'm going to have to bring a bigger luggage.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. All right. We got one from Roberts, Infinite Realms. Thank you. Tony, that like ratio is better than my daughter's grades. Rock on. I love the video. Greatness. Thank you, Robert.
That like ratio. So this, I think this is before you jumped in, Bobby. We looked at the like to dislike ratio on my last video, and it was at 93.7% likes to dislikes. That's not my channel average is about 90%, 91%. So a lot of the time, you know, if there's 100 likes, there's 10 dislikes on like an Action Man video. I think the thing here is it's been an unusually large number of dislikes, but an incredibly large number of likes. I don't normally get 1,500 likes on a video with 10,000 views. A lot of people don't bother to.
Sure.
It obviously spoke to people, and people wanted to let me know that, hey, we liked what you said. So,
yeah, I've noticed that on my channel too. You know, and it's like, guys, I've said it before here. The people, if they just knew. Hold on, I'm going to tell you again to listen with your brains for a second here, because I'm going to give you some educational advice. When you want to downvote a video, you have to watch the whole video in order for your downvote to stay. I love when I won't even go live yet and someone will downvote a video. Well, hey, dumb shit. You didn't watch the video yet. So your downvote is going to go away. Once the video airs and it plays, your downvote goes away. If you want your downvote to count, you have to watch the video. But guess what? If you watch the video in order to put the downvote, you get me a view. And do you know what views equal? Money. So just remember, you watching in order to get your downvote only helps us. Just remember that. So when you look at a video and you see that the likes are 90% or over, you are losing the battle. Your voice means nothing. Do you know why? Because YouTube doesn't show downvotes anymore. They show how good the video is doing. So just remember that. I'm just trying to help you guys from wasting your time. Because if you hate me, if you hate Tony, if you hate Ryan, if you hate Ninja, don't watch the video. Because you watching the video to downvote it only helps us. I'm trying to help you. Let me help you.
Same with the comments. Same with a negative comment. Same thing.
I see a negative comment. I'm like, great, that person's going to get my videos now, because now they're like, oh, he left a comment. So that means he likes those videos. Okay, right. We're gonna recommend those videos to him now. Good job, dummy. You YouTube idiots are so dumb. Just think for a second. I don't give a shit about the downvote. You know why? Because all my videos are over 90%. So your downvote means nothing but money in my pocket. Just remember that.
Yeah, YouTube only cares about engagement. They don't care about what type of engagement.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, I had a guy comment on my last videos with this big declaration that he unsubbed from me years ago because I was talking shit about the toy guru and I became toxic. So I unsubscribed because I didn't want to listen to that anymore. But I clicked on this video because I knew you were going to be talking about shit about Scott and I wanted to see what you had to say. It's like, do you know what special kind of stupid you are? You're telling me you unsubscribed years ago because you don't like me saying that stuff. But then I had to click on this one because I thought you were going to say the same stuff.
And I was proven right. He bitched about the guru, so I'm right. I'm so special. I'm right. Because I
didn't even bitch about the guru.
That's literally what Vala brought up earlier about he didn't say what I wanted him to say, or he said exactly what I wanted him to say. Like people just don't value their time. It's crazy.
They don't, guys. guys, put this time towards like learning a skill. If you got kids, play with your kids. Like,
Right.
seriously,
Or watch a content creator that you actually love,
exactly,
that you actually agree with, that you actually like.
I would never devote my time to watch somebody that I dislike. I can riddle off 10 names of content creators right now that I don't like. I don't subscribe to their channels. No, I'm not.
He said, please don't.
I don't subscribe to their channels, and I do not watch their content. I block their content. You know why? Because I don't even want to watch it. Why? Because I'm not going to give them the time of day, or I'm not going to waste my time. I'm telling you right now.
But you can also name five channels or 5 content creators that continue to watch your shit, but 100%. They supposedly don't like you.
I bet there's at least 10 trolls in our live views right now. Thank you guys for giving us the views and giving us money. I bet you there are at least 10 that watch just so they have something to bitch about on some stupid fucking forum where they've wasted their life, where they could be learning a skill or devoting time to better themselves. Maybe you feel better about your life by bitching about a content creator who doesn't even give a shit about you, who you just paid to watch and get mad about. That's on you, man. Your life's shit. Ours is great. I'm just saying.
I wish YouTube paid more.
Oh my God.
Ad revenue is like nothing, man. Okay.
Yeah, it is. It's nothing.
I still got like a ton of chats to get through. Ninja Knight, real quick question for you, Bobby. When do pre-orders go up for reissued Bone Collector?
So here's what I'm thinking. All these companies, they do pre-orders, and people have all these pre-orders, and they can't keep track of them, or they're waiting and this and that. Valaverse, we're always trying to do something different. I don't think we're going to do pre-orders for that new SDS series. I think we're just going to put it up for sale. This way, when you buy it, you get it. How about that?
Have notifications set, please. I mentioned that in my news video. Like, I have notifications set, and it still doesn't go off at times. But I think it's super important for people to have their notifications set on the Instagram page and the YouTube page.
Yeah, because we always put stuff out ahead of time. We always tell people when stuff is happening. So this time around, I think we're gonna try to do it a little different, and I think we're just gonna put them up for sale.
There you go. Bushman Bobby, it's called doing a Brian Flynn shower my shit with praise and no difficult questions, please.
I thought that was called softball. I played softball before. That shit's easy.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, we got one from Victor Barnes. He says, "Keep up the great work, guys. Valicon 2023."
Yeah, baby.
We'll see you there, man. Ramen Toy. Foosh doesn't talk about Ramen Toy as well after the initial mention of 80s Commanders. Really?
It's probably because you're friends with us.
Oh,
yeah.
Damn, sorry, Ramen.
It's all guilty by association.
That sucks.
Well, I'm sorry to interrupt your flow here, Ryan, but this is like breaking news.
Okay.
Jonathan Majors, who plays Kang in the MCU, has just been arrested in New York for beating a woman.
Are you serious?
Whoa.
Damn, that's a tough allegation. That is a big allegation.
I saw someone mention it in the chat, so I just quickly pulled it up on my phone, and there's about an hour ago.
Wow, man. That's
arrested for assault in New York City, domestic violence charges.
Damn. Hopefully it was
and this
variant.
is the same guy. I think the last time I heard of him, he was like
Ryan.
wearing those dresses and shit.
Oh, man, I got that one, Ryan. That was good.
Damn.
So I missed,
come on.
What'd you say,
Jonathan Majors, do better.
He said, I hope it was a variant.
It wasn't him, man.
Omar V says Super 7 infiltrated all these channels. That sucks. That's too bad.
I mean, listen, if you're going to waste your money on something, I guess you waste your money on.
Quick question, because he brought that up just now. What scale is Super 7? Because when I watched somebody's review of their Cobra Commander that they recently got in, and it was like huge compared to Classified. So what scale are they?
I think 7.
They're like Marvel. They're like a McFarlane scale figure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, big.
Yeah, and I stay away from McFarlane like that.
What I don't understand is there's a company doing G.I. Joe figures, and it's a universal scale. I think if you got that license, don't you think you'd be like, hey guys, can we make our figures the same scale so that when people buy our shit, that it all works together? Nah, let's just do our own thing. Fuck it. Who cares? Fucking idiots.
All right. JD Stinson, thank you. He says, Tony, Ninja, Ryan, Bobby, thanks for your integrity. Integrity. Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Shindarius, thank you for the super chat. Dang, it's mad real on these toy collecting streets. Calm down, folks. It's okay to critique things. Dealing with these companies that only care about your money, make them do better. I mean, that's the goal. Let's make them do better. I mean, the best way to do that is to keep your money in your wallet, right?
Or as Tony said, the companies that want you to do their work for them. They want you to market their shit for them and make it look nice. And yeah.
Yeah. At least, I mean, I don't know. Thank you, Shindarius. We got another comment from Ramen. Toy news is not about choosing a side. It's about giving all the news of toys. That's called being unbiased. Looks like they are taking a page from mainstream quote-unquote news. They only report on what they want to report on. Yeah,
you know, Vala brought that up before, as far as like, even if you don't like him or certain things that he says, you should still report on the action figure as an action figure. And that's why I asked you guys, what scale were they? Because I wasn't rushing to report on subpar 7 or what, because I try to stay away from the 7-inch or 8-inch figures. I only like McFarlane's like monster figures. I feel like he does a great job. But if they are 7-inch, I will and start to include them in my news videos, because I might not like the company or the certain business practices or certain, but at the end of the day, it's an action figure.
Yeah.
Like,
that's fair.
You could feel how you want to feel about Vala, but as far as when we were talking about the Foosh and stuff like that, like, you're denying your audience an option, a possible, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. That's wild.
Well, I always give the Steve Jobs analogy. It's like, people that don't want to buy my product because they don't like me. Okay, that's fine. Well, let me ask you a question. Do you have an iPhone? 90% of the time they're like, yeah.
Right.
It's like, okay, well, Steve Jobs was an asshole. And people hated working for him. And he was like a legitimate, like, mean dude to people. Guess you don't have a problem with your iPhone, right? Why don't you get rid of your iPhone if you have such moral principles,
I hope they stop going to MCU movies, because Jonathan Majors is a woman beater.
Right?
Yeah, supposedly.
Man. I mean,
who's going to go and watch The Flash?
Oh,
I'm not.
No,
that was a good one.
I really want to see Michael Keaton as Batman, but I can't sit through Ezra Miller to do it. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
just wait. Someone will put a YouTube video out of every Michael Keaton scene from the movie, and you can just watch that.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah,
we can, as they say, sail the 7 seas there, Tony.
Huh?
I'm not encouraging anyone to do anything illegal. All right. Craven the Collector. He says, "Is that why Robo stopped going on unparalleled?" I don't know.
We can't speak for that.
I don't know.
No,
Geraint Horton, thank you for the super chat. Ryan, I want to start an Action Force scrapbook. Can you help me? I'm collecting the points on the back. No. No, I can't. You're in New Zealand, it looks like. Just cut out the cool artwork and put it in a folder like trading cards. That's what I'm doing.
Ryan, you should do a video on like how to do Action Force scrapbooking. Because that video will get like 40 views, maybe 45 views.
You should do a video on how to shut up.
Well, listen, I mean, if you're going to do that video about scrapbooking, I'm going to make you sign an NDA, and you're going to make sure that you sign something that I have to make sure that I see that video before it gets posted.
I might just have a little scrapbook right here, guys. Page. Ooh,
don't do that, man. Vala has to confirm it first before you show anything. He has to confirm it. Okay.
I did not approve any of that.
All right. We got Stephen M. Stephen. Criticism, especially constructive criticism, is not the same thing as negativity. Thank you.
Nope.
I agree. Thank you, Stephen. Robert's Infinite Realms again with the super chat. Thank you, sir. I'm so happy Bobby said positive police. Yeah, the positivity police.
Oh yeah, the positivity police. Yeah. Hilarious.
If you go to my Instagram, in the highlighted stories, on the main page, there's a one there called Toxic Positivity, and there's this creator there, and he has a song about toxic positivity. And shout out to Michael French, who shared that with me. Credit to him, but it's pretty funny. We got one from Shindarius. Thank you again, Shindarius. These companies will do what the consumer will allow them to do. They test the waters with their greed, speak with your wallets. Yeah. I mean, what Hasbro started testing that, I think, with, raising the prices of Marvel Legends with their specialty waves, like their summer waves, where it's like the 80th anniversary, the Spider-Man 60th. They started upping the price of the figures by about $5, and people were buying them still. And so pretty soon, everything's $25 minimum
with no build-a-figure part, right?
Yeah, with no build-a-figure. I mean, you worked on the Thor and the Iron Man.
I remember because I remember those MCU 10th anniversary and the 80th anniversary. Like, we raised the price to 25, and I'm like, guys, they don't have a build-a-figure part. Like, and I remember $20 bill was just like, but they're special. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You should have said, so are you, buddy.
Yeah, right.
Right.
What he should have just said was, I think the customers are suckers. That's what he should have said, because that's how he thought of them. But
listen, this whole collecting thing, and I mean, I love the hobby, but they know that we're addicted to it. They know that, that dopamine hit we get when we buy something new and cool that we like, and
yep.
So yeah, they're going to take advantage of it. We got to be strong. What's up, Tony? What are you showing?
This is my latest dopamine hit. I bought this figure because of this shit right here.
Pretty awesome.
That's cool.
I love it. It's not a perfect figure, but that is awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Collected Disconnect. There he is. Ninja, thank you for the super chat.
What's up, man?
He says, screaming from the rooftops, Talker and Ninja for the win. I think you actually got me to subscribe to his channel because you mentioned him on your video.
Yeah, the fact that he took the time to make that cutout, and it looked pretty accurate. Like, I was trying to do the measurements myself when I do the Photoshop images and stuff, and it looked pretty accurate to what I got in his video. So that's pretty cool, man. He took the time to do that. Shout out to Collected Disconnect.
Right on. Okay, we got one from Largo's Lair. Jim, thank you so much. He says, keeping it real wins the day. And Largo's Lair has a weekly Action Force Explore the Lore, I think is the name. Jim, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I got to check that out.
Yeah, he's going through the story, the character, and the lore of the Action Force.
I love his picture, man. He looks like the guy that will survive Jurassic Park.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of the what was that guy's name with the shotgun?
Robert Muldoon.
Yep.
Robert Muldoon. He's got a little bit of Robert Muldoon flavor. Yeah. Yep. Right on, Jim. Okay. Bushman says, you all passed the I'd have a beer with you test. Good. Jeremy. Thank you, Jeremy. Talker is a comedian. Ryan is a comedian. Yeah. Yep. I
love Jeremy. Look, you guys, I love Jeremy's sarcasm. I love Jeremy.
I test the limits of that commode. All right.
Shout out to Jeremy.
Northern Nomad says, all of the offended people have, where is it? Oh, no.
Emotional damage.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Hey,
what
Ryan.
the hell you say? I raised the donut.
Before I forget,
yeah.
Did you happen to see? I know, Tony. I'm going to talk about Zack Snyder for a second. So Snyder teased an event he's holding in April where he's streaming all of his 3 movies like live, and he's going to the theater to watch with people. His tease video had the scratchy like radio beginning that our video has.
Oh,
like
really?
Our intro video. Yeah, go listen to the Snyderverse tease.
Tony,
it's exactly the same.
Isn't that from iMovie?
No, it's not from iMovie, but it's from a royalty-free music website. Yeah,
it's where it's this one.
Shut up and sit down.
Yeah, it's everything before shut up. It's the whole thing on his video too. I was like, I know that. I felt like that Leonardo DiCaprio like meme where he was like, yeah.
Raymond says whiskey would help Ryan. Laser pants, way ahead of you, bud. Thanks. Tyler Lalonde Thank you, sir, for the super chat. If you can't laugh, then cry somewhere else. Bobby, there's a popular knife design called the Karambit. It would work best with the trigger fingers.
I know it. So we'll see. Maybe down the line.
All right. Godzilla. I just watched Desert Rat's video. I will say it does come off as calling out the YouTubers. The reason why I say this is because he says don't watch their videos, just go out and buy the figure. What? Did you tell him not to watch the video?
No, he referred at later in the video. Go ahead, yeah.
Don't base your purchase decisions on a YouTube review. Like, just
Yeah, he was saying that's how he feels about it. That nobody should really do that. Don't base your, if you want to buy it, just go buy it.
Yeah.
Watch all their channels if you enjoy them. Go watch them. That's
Yeah.
fine. No one's telling you not to watch someone or to hate them.
I said don't base your purchase decisions on YouTube reviews. That's not the same as saying don't watch them. But like, Bobby said it numerous times. They don't listen, these people.
No.
Michael says all the time, fanboys are not good at details.
Yeah, we're not. I'm not. Crunchy Cheeto Creations. Thank you, sir. The I drink your milkshake meme is worth the price of admission alone. Good luck with the coming hard economic times. That's true. They are coming. Valverse is a needed brand when we get to the other side. Yep. Competition is good. Felix. Thank you, Felix. Wishing you and the family a speedy recovery, LP. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Ramen Toy. We have to also understand that nothing is free. And in my opinion, Mattel needs to compensate the channel for their efforts to promote. I agree with that. Like, if they're going to pay them. Make it give them that contract.
Yeah, because in this letter, it was like, potentially you could get these perks, but there's no guarantee of anything.
I'd say
no, you're guaranteed that you're a friend. You're a friend now. You're guaranteed friendship.
Yep.
Guys, I'm down in Perth. My mum is going to pick me up any second now. I'm taking her out for breakfast, so I'm going to step out. Continue with the show without me. Have a great night. Good to see you all, and we'll talk soon.
Bye, Tony.
See you, Tony.
Bye, Tony.
Tell Mum we said hi.
You come from a land down under.
I want to play him out. It is a good song. V Connolly, thank you for the super chat. Clowns forget the B side of giving their stupid opinion is that they can also shut the F up. Thank you guys for being 4 voices of reason. Can't wait for Valicon 2023. We'll see you there.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that super chat. Not Top Goon. Thank you. What's up, everybody? Love to see Ninja here. Can't wait until Bobby's brand gets so successful where he inevitably buys out Hasbro.
That's not going to happen.
You need like Elon money for that.
Yeah. You need SpaceX money.
Yep. There's not that much money in toys.
No.
All right, and then another one from Not Top Goon. Thank you, Ryan. Make you have stickers for your scrapbook. I have stickers. Yeah, I still got some Valiverse stickers somewhere. Some Action Force stuff that you gave me years ago.
Yeah, I got a box of stickers somewhere.
And then, one from X-Manny 87. Shout out, man.
Hey.
Shout out to you. Enjoy your channel. And thank you for the super chat. Great stream, guys. Just bought my first Action Force figures in one big haul. I'm ecstatic. Going to do a video on my channel soon. See you at Valicon. Right on, man.
Awesome.
See you there.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
He did a video the other day, I think, on the classified stuff, and he mentioned Valiverse. He's like, I haven't got any because for me, it's all about nostalgia. He has, nostalgia for G.I. Joe. It made total sense, but it's cool that, he's dipping his feet into Action Force, and maybe
I want to know which ones he got. I mean, I guess I'll know soon enough when I check out his review on the channel.
But it's cool. I mean, we're all nostalgic for stuff we have when we were kids, but I'm finding now that I'm nostalgic for stuff I had as an adult or, a young adult, 20 years ago.
Sure.
Let's create new nostalgia. In 10, 20 years, we'll be nostalgia for wave 1 of Action Force. Cool. Thank you, X-Manny. All right, and then we got another one in from Jeff McElway. Thank you, sir. Bobby, how would you feel about a series of one-shot comics revolving around the Steel Brigade? I know a guy who has a few already written.
I'm working on some stuff for the comics, so that sort of story is already kind of in the works and thought of. So appreciate the thought though. But yeah, more's coming.
Yeah. In the meantime, if you haven't read it, check out the Action Force novel, Broken Alliances. It's a good book. All right. We are all caught up on Super Chats. I think we could wrap it up there, unless you guys got anything else you want to touch on.
We addressed a lot tonight. We did.
We did, yeah.
We talked about a lot of important things.
Yeah, we did. And the Ninja, links to your channel in the description below. And like I said, I wasn't, Tony wasn't, and I wasn't throwing out any shade towards any particular YouTuber. It was more about the situation with Mattel and how they treated content creators in the past, and that whole contract, it's seems kind of scummy, but to each their own. No shade at the guys that signed it. Do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, Bobby, anything you wanna mention?
I'm good, man.
All right.
Hey, I'm glad you was able to make it. Yeah. I'm glad you was able to make it, man.
Yeah.
Good times. I'm sure. Gonna get some DMs after this one.
Who cares, man? Listen,
I know. It's fine.
If you have a DM ready, like I'm totally sending that message. Maybe stop and think. Maybe should you send that DM, or do you think we just won't give a shit? Like, because at the end of the day, it's like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna try to argue our point? Like, no, we're not trying to argue your point. So don't try to argue our point. If you come trying to argue our point, like, you're just asking for trouble. Yeah. Just listen, man. You do you. We do us. Like, we get views. I don't know what to tell you.
There you go. And one more super chat before we end from J Mean Geeks. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Duders. Night-o. Night to you, man. Thanks, everyone. We'll be back Wednesday. Me and Jeremy will be back with Loose But Complete. Going to have High School Creations on the show to talk about his Kickstarter for Wall XD. I'm excited about that one. I have a couple dials that I bought from him years ago. He does excellent work. So check that out. Links for Ninja, Valaverse, everything in the description below, as well as Analog Toys. And we'll see you in a couple weeks, guys.
Peace.